time outside. I've spent a little bit since we saw you fight here in Australia. The last fight was back in the tiny octagon game. So how good does it feel to be fighting, back in Australia again?
Yeah, good to fight back home. Good to be home. So I'm pumped.
Is fighting in Perth maybe even easier than fighting, back home in Sydney? Because I remember they had like the Welcome to the Country ceremony and they spoke about you specifically and felt like you were maybe had to do a lot more media when fighting in Sydney as opposed to Perth.
Uh, it's all the same. I still feel like I'm doing a bit of media, but it's home, so I suppose it goes with it.
You got matched up with Jairzinho, and he said he wouldn't use the term happy, but he said it was nice having to prepare for an opponent that he didn't think was going to be shooting on his legs or grappling or anything. So when they matched you up with Jairzinho, were you looking forward to just getting in there and getting a fist fight?
Yeah, definitely. It's I suppose it's a good fight for both of us. I've been watching him for a while now, so it's they're usually the fights I like to take and challenge myself. So I'm looking forward to it.
I saw on your social media you used the phrase like my head ain't been too good the last couple of years. I guess as much as you can talk about it, like what was actually going on in your life that
We're normal people, we got shit that goes on, and we deal with it certain ways. I don't feel like my head's been other places other than fighting, so and it's been showing in my form. So, but that's how life goes, and we roll on and we roll through. So I feel like I've gotten over that and ready to roll.
we saw a video of you sparring with Alex Pereira, and even Jairzinho said, you can learn something from anyone, especially Alex. So what was it like sparring there with him?
Yeah, it was kind of my first training session back, and I got the shit punched out of me. So I think I left a few days after that to Dubai, and I was like, "Hey, fuck, I better go train."
We've spoken to a few guys that have sparred, and when you use big gloves is one thing, but they say like, well, if we had other big gloves, this would feel a lot different getting punched by him. So what was it like feeling and touching?
Uh, his power is, it's I fight heavyweight, so we can take a punch or two, but it was more I had been training, I went in and I was fucking running out of breath, getting the shit punched out of me. So, but that's the sport we do, and it was all fun and games.
We also saw you're going to do the Amazing Race. How did that come about?
Yeah, the Amazing Race. It just kind of popped up, and I thought it's a bit out of my thing, but it was a great experience that I'll get to do with my brother, and people from where I'm from usually wouldn't get to experience things like that. So it was a great opportunity, and we took it and ran with it.
Just two quick ones for me unrelated to your fight. I don't know if you saw, but in November, they're going to implement some of the rule changes that will allow 12 to 6 elbows, and it's redefined the grounded opponent rule. You can no longer play the game just a hand on the ground. So I'm curious, did you hear about these rules? Do you think it's been a long time coming?
I don't even think I know the actual rules. So what's can you kick him in the face?
So you can't soccer kick them, but some fighters will put their hands on the ground to avoid getting elbowed or knee or anything. Now they need another part. You can't just pop your hand up and be considered grounded.
If my hand's on the ground, I'm probably tapping out, so probably not for me.
Sure. And I think I know your answer, but how do you see the main event playing out between Israel and Dricus?
I think it's going to be a great fight, but I have to back my boy easy. I've got a bet with Dricus on the rugby union, so hopefully win that too.
He's getting a couple rugby, some of the Springboks guys walking him out to his fight.
Not if they get smashed on Saturday.
Tai, back here. The last time you were in Australia, as mentioned, you were fighting in Sydney. I asked you about that, and I wasn't sure if you were still living out there. And you said everyone knows where I live. Since then, you have moved to Dubai. You're a man who reps Western Sydney through and through. Why make that decision, and how difficult was it?
I didn't move there. I lived in Dubai for 3 years when I was on my little winning streak, and Dubai's just a real good place for me. I just go there, I just tune in, and I got one thing to think about, and that's fighting. When I'm home, I got friends, family, I got a few businesses that I have to, when my head's all around, I'm not thinking about fighting. So And I'm a normal bloke, you know, if there's parties, there's birthdays, fuck, I'm usually the first one there. So to be away and to sacrifice those things, it's kind of better for me. It just keeps my head on the fire.
What is the style of training you get out of
Focused, I suppose. Yeah, fighting is a lot of a mental game, you know. I'm not going to come out and be a fucking wrestler or anything like that, but when I'm there, I just eat, sleep, and train, you know what I mean? So it's more just a mental thing for me.
You mentioned those other businesses that you have, Drink West as well as Bam Bam Buds. Are those things that you had dreamed up of doing and then you approach someone about it? Does someone come to you to set that up? How did that come to be?
No, they're just things that I love, drinking piss and smoking weed. So it's kind of goes with, and I suppose that's what I love to fight, so I love to, that's how I make my money. And I believe that in life you should do things that you love.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yep, here to your left. You mentioned, the little winning streak that you're on, obviously a 5-fight KO streak, and haven't been able to recapture that in the past few fights. But you have been here before, and that 5-fight winning streak came on the heels of that. So does that give you confidence to know that you've been in this exact situation before and you're able to turn it around in a big way?
Definitely there's some pressure, but I've been here before. I'm from Western Sydney, we're on the losing end of the spectrum, but we overcome, and that's what adversity is about. We come out winners. So yeah, just I'm ready to come back now. I could lose shit.
So I think it was 2018 UFC 221, I believe it was. That you had a good win over here. You were probably robbed of a performance the night latest that night. You keen to get that back on this Sunday?
Extra money I never say no to, so I'm keen for actually at the moment, I think that's one thing we've been working on is just staying, focused and winning, not having to go out there and trying to take someone's head off. But I kind of get in to the mix a bit.
And last year you were a guest fighter here for UFC 284. You did the shoey in front of the crowd. The crowd loved you. Obviously, you must be keen to get in there, get the job done, and get that shoey going after winning another fight.
Definitely, it's been a while since drinks, so I'm keen to get a good win and get on it.
We caught up at Welcome to Country this week. It was a fantastic ceremony. We also caught up with another talent in the boxing world, has been described as a generational talent in Alex Winwood. He's got a world title fight coming up on September 7th. If he wins that fight, he'll break the Australian record and get to a world title fight, 2 fights faster than Jeff Bennett did. So you obviously had a good chat to him, but what advice would you give someone like that who's heading into his first world title fight?
He's a great fighter, and he put them together really good. I think he's on the right way. So shout out to my boy Alex.
All the best for the weekend. Time.
Cheers, bro.
So,
I know that you and yourself and Cousin Pedro mentioned last time in Sydney that you don't really like being called role models to people in Western Sydney. But do you kind of acknowledge that these are younger generations look up to you and that there's been a massive surge in the popularity of MMA in general in Western Sydney since years of emerged?
I think the highest number of UFC fighters have come out of Western Sydney. So in Australia, I think James Denuno, me, Tyson. We'll make up some more.
I think it lives in Western Sydney.
Yeah, we can't. He's from C-Town, Mark. We'll claim more. Look, I get it like a role model, but I'm a normal person. I like to do normal things, and all it is you chase what you love and do what you love, and that'll you can do whatever you want.
Every time you fight, there's a video that surfaces on social media. It's the Instagram live of you, and I think you know where I'm going with this. That it comes up on your Instagram live, and you're just pissing yourself off. I was just wondering though, have you ever
Talk to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I reached out to him, you haven't really.
I talk with him. He sends me his raps. So I talk to a lot of my fans. Like I said, I'm just a normal bloke. I'm not too good for no one, unless you're a dickhead. I don't care. We all know people get along with everyone. But yeah, I still talk to old mate. He picks fruit in Adelaide.
It's one of the best videos ever, obviously. It comes up every time, but it's always hilarious. On, going to Dubai, I think of something that Tyson Pedro has said before his last UFC fight is that he likes getting away from the family because it was almost light at the end of the tunnel, a bit of motivation that once he gets through his fight, he's got his family there. Is that something that you've used as well?
Yeah, definitely. I like being out of my comfort zone because when I'm too comfortable, I can go off track. But yeah, I sacrificed seeing my son for 9, 10 weeks, and obviously it's a bit hard, but got to work hard now, and then we can enjoy the fruits later.
Speaking of your son, when WWE was here in Perth, you came out here and you seemed to love it. Is there a future for you in the WWE?
I'd love to give it a crack. I've been a fan of the WWF back in them days, and I've been a big fan. And obviously, there's a big Samoan community in the wrestling crowd, so I'm definitely keen. I don't know about my acting skills, but we'll have a crack.
You can join the bloodline.
I'll be the leader of the bloodline.
And just finally, Panthers, they're going to do the forfeit.
Definitely. It's 4-man Mondays.
Thank you.
I just found that gentleman who sent you his rap songs, are they any good?
I don't want to put my blast right now. But my man's good. He's good. We just say he's good.
I'll take it. Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.